ready for this one. Ivan's alignment is popping right now. What's up, people, and welcome back to Ivan's Alignments. Today we're not going to talk about aligning any cars, and we're definitely not going to talk about racing anyone. We are going to talk about, bam, DCT conversion. So for those that don't know, but for those that do know, this is my 85 RX-7, and it has a Honda S2000 motor turbo. Yes, built by, of course, Inline Pro. I did have a 370Z trans in it with a S1 sequential shifter. To be honest, it sucked, people. It really sucked. It wasn't what I wanted. I couldn't get the gears in as quick as I wanted to or how I wanted to. The trans at a certain RPM, the gears will not go in. So it was good to drive the car on the street. It was very fun, but I got tired of it. I got tired of not being able to get the gear in when I'm trying to like race somebody or do a roll with somebody. I really got tired of it. I was talking to my tuner and a few other friends. They're like, bro, just go DCT. It's the new wave. So I said, you know what? Let's try it. Let's try it. So the first thing you want to do is go look for a transmission. They're very expensive now because for the most part, everyone is going DCT. Luckily for me, my boys at Technology are in the Bronx. Crazy story. Had one thrown under a bunch of other GTR parts because the guy just does a million GTRs. He said, listen, Ivan, just take it, bro. You, my boy, take it. So thank you, cuñado. Thank you. Highly appreciate it. Thank you to all the guys from Technology Art. Thank you very much. We got a free transmission, which is the transmission I just showed you, right? So that was obviously the first step. The second step was to contact a company called Seems Legit. So thanks to Seems Legit, we actually have the drive shaft adapter. He did the Megatronic. So the Megatronic is actually inside, people. You would take all these bolts out, take the pan out. It's really easy to take out. And then you would just ship it out to them and they'll wire the whole thing, send you a nice connector with it, you know, just bolt it on. Very simple, very easy. The adapter plate, I also bought it from them. I will show you in a second. I bought this adapter plate. They sell the whole kit. The whole kit is not made by Seems Legit. It's made by AdMat. The adapter plate is pretty tricky. So I'm going to call this phase one, the adapter plate, right? So the starter hole definitely doesn't match with the starter hole on the transmission. That's one of them, okay? So I'm just giving you a little rundown on it. The amount of bolts I'm able to get on to it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me get the light on there. 6. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On the other side, which is crazy to me, but what can I do? You can't get a bolt in here because the dowel pin goes there, as you see. There's a dowel pin, so you definitely can't get a bolt there. Down here, I was able to, what I did, I drilled this hole through, threaded pretty much the adapter plate here, and put an additional bolt because I felt like there wasn't a single bolt holding the left side of the tranny. And then you have another bolt down here that you're able to use. So pretty much you're going to be using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bolts, which is more than enough. More than enough. So I'm going to go ahead and take this adapter plate off so I could show you guys, besides how many bolts fit, what else I did so these bolts would fit. So just give me one slight minute and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so took the adapter plate out. Now you're probably asking why the hell it has so many holes and you could only get a certain amount of bolts. It's very easy because you could actually use, I think, 3 different BMW transmissions to this adapter plate. I think they should make it just for a specific one compared to just all these different trans and all these holes all over the place. But that's the way they made it. That's what you could. That's what they sell, and that's what I got. Right. Another thing you want to do, I actually drilled out elongated the holes a little bit. Well, these 3 bolts up here, we elongated them a little bit just so we could have a little bit more place. So when we're inserting the bolts, it wasn't feeling like they were getting stuck, because that's the problem I had at the beginning. I'm trying to get the bolts in. It was like such a pain just to get them in. So that's what I recommend you guys doing if you're doing this swap on an S2000. Remember, guys, I have an S2000 motor, not a 13B, right? So we're gonna grab this plate and we're gonna actually put it on the trans. I'm sorry, on the motor. So I'm gonna lower the car a little bit because it's definitely way too high, but here's the block, here's the end. I'm gonna get some Loctite and we'll start putting the plate right onto the block, and the flywheel, we should have it here by next week. Once we get the flywheel, we'll show you guys how we do that. And I think it's gonna be a cool process. I think it's definitely gonna be something completely different due to the fact that you could shift at 50 milliseconds. Let me see. That's good, Jose. So, Jose, let me get that plate.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, thank you. We got Jose in the house.
What's up, guys?
Which he's going on vacation to Colombia, so I'm jealous, but it's part of life, right? So here we go. So, guys, don't forget, you have to have your dowel pins on the block. That's 1, that's 2. So that way the plate will be nice and sturdy there. You don't want the plate moving around all over the place. Jose, hold this a minute. So here we go. So there's letters on it, which just says C1, C2. Obviously, this is an S2000 to a GS7 trans DCT, so you would have to use the C2 markings. And that's how it goes. Now let's get a few bolts on it. Which there's not many bolts that will bolt onto it either.
There's no drill on them.
No, I just want to make sure which ones were the ones that went on it. Alright, so this small one would go there. This other small one. Guys, I didn't get any instructions on this. So if you do get any type of instructions, better you than me. I didn't get any. I'm just figuring it out as I go. I mean, it's nothing out of this world. Obviously, having instructions would be great, right? So this hole over here just goes to the other side of the block. You could put a bolt there if you wish. This is for the trans, so you don't want to do it. This is the dowel pins for the trans. So as I'm installing this, let's just say we're learning, right? Yeah, there's 2 holes up there. So we're still missing, we're missing 1. Because that long one would go through the block. Okay, so the starter hole, okay, matches to the block, which that's good. I didn't even notice that earlier, to be honest with you guys. Okay. This is a good thing. Well, it has to be like this, Jose. We have a collection of bolts, people. A collection.
We have a lot.
Yeah, but it has to be that same thread pitch, which I don't know if we have it. I mean, I think we could still put it on later, because the transmission is not. Oh, there it is, people. We have it. If you're asking me what is the thread pitch, I don't know, people. Sorry. Okay, so let's get the Loctite. Let's get the right Allen key for it.
Size and the torque wrench.
And let's just tighten it. I mean, we don't need a torque wrench because.
Do you want blue or red?
Let me get red. Let me use red Loctite, people. I'm gonna make sure this thing doesn't come out. I mean, obviously it will come out, right? But it's not gonna come out as easy. Guys, I am really, really excited for this. I'm telling you, really excited. We just been waiting for the flywheel for like 2 months, pretty much. We just had a lot of little issues with customs and one thing and another, but as soon as we get this flywheel, which it should be here next week, everything's gonna be up and running. And I'll take you guys step by step with it, you know, what I bought, what I have. I just want to make this like phase 1, right? Like, this is what I'm doing to install the adapter plate on the trans, and this is how you install the adapter plate. So guys, pretty much this is how you do it. Put all the bolts on, put Loctite, lock it in, and that's all there is to it. There's really nothing much to it. As for, sorry about that, guys. As for the adapter plate, that's pretty much it. So you already know what modifications you gotta do to the trans. Any question, you could DM me at Ivan's Alignments. I'll answer as much as I can. Once I get the flywheel, we'll install the flywheel together. We'll install the tranny together. You also gotta install an oil cooler. They're telling me you need the oil cooler mostly if you're in the tri-state area. If you're in an area where it's really never cold, a lot of people don't run an oil cooler. Obviously, I like driving the car, you know, when it's 55, 60, so you do need an oil cooler at that point. So again, guys, once I get the rest of the parts, we'll go step by step. But today, phase 1, adapter plate. Thank you for tuning in. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Ivan's Alignments. This is pretty much phase 2. I'm here with the cuz. Yeah, what up, cuz?
What up, my nigga? We're gonna do this, the paddle.
We're gonna put this tranny on. Today is the day. I'm actually very excited.
Happy New Year.
We got the flywheel over here. Oh, jeez. Here it is. We got the bolts. Some special inverted torque bolts. So you're probably asking what's missing. It's right here. Well, it was right here.
What you doing?
Where the hell is it? I had the freaking oh, there it is. So this is what connects pretty much the flywheel to the trans. This goes on the flywheel. This is pretty much like a clutch. The reason it's not solid is because I've heard a few guys with S2000 motors that the vibration at high RPMs breaks the clutch baskets. It's common on this setup, I guess. I haven't had any issues because I never had one on, right? So, but this was their advice, Ivan. Especially you're gonna be dumping the car pretty much, right? Because we're gonna launch the car, we're drag racing the car. So they said this is our best option. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the flywheel on. Once I got the flywheel on, I'll show you guys how everything looks on the car, and we'll start putting the trans. So we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, so flywheel's mounted already, adapter plates on. This is what it should look like, right? Flywheel bolts, I torqued them to the stock torque specs for the S2000, which I think was like 92 foot-pounds. The ones that go on the dampener, I started at 36 and then 56. I saw it, somebody posted it up on, I think it's HTG community on Facebook. So we got everything on. Now I gotta make a little hole somewhere around here so I could feed the harness for the transmission. Obviously we got the 2 lines already for the oil cooler. We are running an oil cooler on it. That's the thermostat right there. And then back here we have the oil cooler, which we mounted it to the rail. Don't mind the weldings, that was just temporarily for now, but we also got to tighten all of that. But so I'm gonna go ahead and ooh, this light is bright. We're gonna go ahead and put the tranny up, bolt it on, and once it's on, I'll show you guys. Then we're gonna hit up Mike from Seems Legit. He's gonna do all the CAN bus stuff for us. So we're gonna communicate. We're gonna have the Motec communicate with the HTG, and hopefully we should be running soon.